Alright, this is Oscar summarizing the Gavel series on making a decision, and that children, people, develop and progress at different rates and in different ways. We got the beautiful sunset coming through here. Let me see if we can get that for you. Beautiful sunset coming through the trees and shimmering, so we can get some light flare and some effects and some subdued lighting. Okay, so number one, children grow at different paces and they progress at different rates. Their maturity level, emotionally, intellectually, physically, develop at different times. This is well known. There's nothing new here. It's just to re-emphasize, remind us of the basic facts that children, my children, others in your own testimony, have their own personalities, their own characteristics, their own interests, their own abilities, capacities, their own future, which is important to be directed, of course, by well-educated, well-mannered, well-open, very open-minded and available, understanding parents. So I'm just saying with the experience of my children that you can't put them all in the same room at the same time and teach them exactly the same thing from one person. My 15-month-old can understand a few minutes to a few increments of time, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, in some cases when she's really interested. She can be involved with an attention span. The older one, electronics, can go for hours, computers and electronics. Another one of my sons is interested in business. This is the final result of many years of accumulation, but in their younger years, obviously, there was a lot of variety of choice deciding what interests were. And there's, of course, a term which we call an appreciation, or appreciation day, where you take the child and you introduce them into a different line, a different way of life. Farming, music, construction, different areas of understanding that ways of living that they may not be familiar with, but then they do become familiar with it and understand it and see the value of it and can cross-reference it in their own minds and see whether that's going to benefit them in their life, which of course it will. Anything that you experience will help in an advancement of your own learning, whether you're young or old. So the Gavel series decision that children progress at different rates, mature at different levels, that they understand through different mediums, audible, through hearing, through visual, through the senses. They say that, like mathematics, can be analytical, but it also can be conceptual. For example, Einstein, in my reading, was able to look out the window, across the way, and come up with the concept of inertia and gravity. And it wasn't from a mathematical point that he first established this reasoning. He was able to later make mathematical calculations to explain or to give detail to that. So concepts, it's very interesting that you can take a physical math or a physical observation or listening, and you combine all this stuff together to get a concept. And concepts are ultimately going to be the greatest learning factors. Concepts of belief, opinion, of inclination, of how you see things. That's a pretty elaborate discussion here, but I just want to give that off my mind and make sure that that was covered.